up for $1 billion.
Question number 9, Jonathan Young.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Energy and Resources and asks, does she stand by all of her statements and actions regarding the government's decision to ban further offshore oil and gas exploration?
Mr Speaker. The Honourable Andrew Little.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, yes, and in particular I stand by my statement. I don't want to see an abrupt transition that leaves industry stagnant, communities without a future and individuals without hope. What I want to see is a clear, transparent and well-managed pathway to a new economy. And, Mr Speaker, that is what this government is doing.
When you were asked on Q&A, did you...
Order.
Sorry. When the Minister was asked on Q&A, did she talk to them, referring to Methanex beforehand, as she said, yes, and we talked to the industry. So when was her actual dialogue with Methanex about no more offshore block offers?
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I have spoken to the industry, individual members of the industry, including Methanex, on multiple occasions between November last year and the end of March this year, and spoke to Methanex specifically before the announcement was made on Thursday, the 12th of April.
When she was asked on Q&A whether Methanex knew that this was coming, and she replied, absolutely, they were at the petroleum conference when I went and gave a speech. What part of her most direct comment on block offers, quote, the government is actively considering this issue and will have an announcement in the coming weeks, close quote, would enable them to absolutely know there will be no more offshore block offers?
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I spoke extensively in my speech at the conference, the Oil and Gas Industry Conference, including announcing that there would be no announcement on Block Offer 18 and giving an extensive treatise on the government's proposed transition as a response to not announcing a 2018 block offer.
What is her response to Methanex's comment that they were disappointed over the government's decision to end offshore block offers and the lack of consultation with industry that has gone into making this decision?
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, the announcement that the government made on Thursday the 12th of April was a significant announcement, and there is no question that many of those in the industry felt disappointed because they were going to have to and are going to have to think about how they transition their industry over the next 30, 40 or 50 years, which will be the duration of ongoing exploration under the existing permits. But what we are not going to do is take the stance that the leader of his party takes on environmental matters and follow the St Augustine principle of Lord, make me chaste, but not quite right now.
What does the Minister say when it was reported in a public meeting yesterday that the Honourable Andrew Little has said to a petroleum professional in New Plymouth that the decision to end new offshore exploration has not yet been made?
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, I would say that the person who said that at the meeting hosted by the Leader of the Opposition and the various Taranaki MPs who are members of the National Party, that person did not listen to what the Honourable Andrew Little was saying.
Question number 10, the Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Justice.